Welcome to the Vol Bros. My name is Evan. This is my brother Rustin, and we are two Vol Bros who are actually bros in real life. And if you are joining us on YouTube tonight, I literally learned this 5 minutes ago. That's why we're a little bit late, because I was playing with it just a little bit. If you are holding your phone in portrait orientation on YouTube tonight, theoretically, the aspect ratio of our live stream will adjust to your phone. StreamYard has introduced multi-aspect ratio streaming, so we can now stream either vertically or horizontally. On Facebook and Twitter, we're currently streaming horizontally. On YouTube, it's both. And so if you're watching on your phone and your phone is in horizontal, position, landscape, you should see our full screen. I'm going to have to do a little bit of work to get the Believe and the Old Log Club logos on the portrait orientation. So we might do that in the future, just testing it out a little bit tonight. But we're so glad you're with us. We do represent Believe University, or Believe Entertainment Network. I totally butchered that. We represent the University of Tennessee on the Believe Entertainment Network. And so we're glad you're with us. Tennessee Lady Vols have thankfully created a breathable amount of distance between them and Belmont. They're up by 8 with 33 seconds left. So hopefully they can close that out. Rustin, let's start with, I'll tell you what, we got a couple people in the comments already. Mississippi Vol, welcome, buddy. He said, I'm the first. Good evening to all. Glad you're with us, man. Oreo Puppy Dog said, hey, guys. Welcome, Oreo Puppy Dog. Glad you're with us. Stingray said, hello, everyone. Hey, Stingray, good to have you. Sanjay, welcome, buddy. He said, who do you guys have winning in Bama, Oklahoma, and Texas, Georgia? Don't care about that right now, but I think Georgia's going to be Texas, and I think Bama's going to be Oklahoma. But Tony, welcome, buddy. All right, so if you are watching in portrait mode, the comments appear at the top of the screen. See, I'm learning new stuff all the time. If you are on YouTube, you have the option theoretically tonight to watch in portrait or landscape. I'll be honest with you, it looks way better landscape. We're working with that though. Tony said this Lady Vols team is not good. Without TC, this team wouldn't even make the tournament. Top teams in the SEC will truck them. I'm not sure what that means. RFVCUU. Jonathan said, hello, Evan Rustin chat family. Don't forget to tell your mom and them about the Vol Bros. Totally agree. It's great advice. Thank you, Jonathan. Welcome. Glad you're with us. So Miss Reagan is watching in portrait mode, if I'm understanding that correctly, based on the icon by her name that I can see. That's cool. We're branching out tonight. Got portrait mode going for folks. Mina Lackey, welcome. Glad you're with us. She said, Evening Vol Bros and chat fam. Glad you're with us. Rustin, let's start with Lady Vol since they're wrapping it up right now. It's still 66-58. What do you think about what you saw from the Lady Vols tonight?
The same three things I saw against UT Martin, and they didn't get resolved. Number one, they have got to learn to play inside out. They can't shoot their way into wins. They've got to play inside out. They've got to attack the basket, make free throws, get layups, get short jumpers. At the basket is where they will win.
Especially in a team that they're so much bigger than.
So the second thing is, I do not like the mental makeup of this bunch. They have no sense of urgency. They are not playing hard consistently, and they've got to solve that. They've got to get better effort, consistent effort, and they've got to play with a sense of urgency. I mean, even right now, I'm watching them shake hands. They ended up winning by 10. Nobody in that line's angry. Nobody in that line's upset about how they played. They're just going through the motions. And the third thing if Jersey Wolfenbarger isn't going to give us any more than what she's doing, dadgummit, take her minutes away and give it to Jada Civil and Lauren Hurst. Lauren Hurst could have helped this team tonight. This was not a game where, they were going to shoot their way into a win. They needed consistency. They needed fundamentals. They needed somebody who could spot shoot, because Lord knows they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Yep.
And they needed somebody who would go in there and actually scrap and rebound. Jersey Wolfenbarger finished the night with 0 for 2 from the field, one of which was a layup, uncontested layup she missed, and 1 rebound. That's worthless.
One of the tallest people on the court.
6'4", and 0 for 2 and 1 rebound. And she looked like she did not care at all. Take her minutes away, get Lauren Hurst involved, start getting her ready for the future, or otherwise you're going to run into another Ace Strickland situation where you don't play the girl who needs to be playing, and she ends up coming back next year and dropping 14 on you and almost beating you.
Yeah.
It'd been real nice to have had Ace tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
But heaven forbid, that's the one thing about this coaching staff that I'm concerned about. They are so athleticism focused that they sometimes miss player value. Ace Strickland should have played a ton of minutes last year. She brought value. She gave you good reps and good minutes, and she had the ability to hit knockdown shots when it mattered, like tonight. They never gave her a chance. They would just look at her athleticism and go, no, that's not the athleticism we want. She could have given them really good minutes. Same thing with Lauren Hurst tonight.
I was about to say.
They're looking at her athleticism and they're going, we're going to play this athlete over here. Well, the athlete is causing you to lose. And it's time to put the 10 best players who are going to have the best production out there together. Right now, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, in the fourth quarter, they shortened to 9 players. They didn't put Wolfenbarger back in. So instead of playing their 10-man rotation they always do, they played 9. You got to get Lauren Hurst involved. She was the number 42 high school player in America last year. Give her those minutes. Or Jada Civil, or split it between them. But you got to get these freshmen more engaged.
Yep. Let's see some of the comments coming in. Tony said, Barker has an attitude. She's always talking back to Kim. Oreo Puppy Dog said, Cooper looks pretty good. Nolan said, well, hey, Nolan, good to have you, buddy. He said, what's up, bros? John said, it was an ugly win, but at least it's a win. I'm still not concerned with how they're playing now. I believe come SEC play, they'll be playing much better. Tony said,
I would agree.
Wolfenbarger can't play. Agree with you, Rustin. Don't play her.
I would agree that I think they'll be okay by SEC play if I saw better body language. This team is playing with fool's gold. They're getting by these teams that they should be beating by 25 to 30 points. Yep. And they're walking off the court. Like I say, watch the handshake line tonight. They're walking off the court like everything's good. You almost lost to Belmont at home. Yeah. Everything's not good. There should have been 14 really ticked off girls going through that line who are irritated at how they played. And they all look like they had just won game 1 of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
There's not a sense of urgency there.
The 2 things that concern me the most, I mean, obviously they couldn't have hit water if they jumped out of a boat tonight, but the 2 things that concern me more is the total lack of care of for the basketball. They did not take care of the ball. That was major concern, number 1. Second was something you mentioned as well. They played hard when they wanted to. You mentioned they need to play hard consistently. There was a few minutes in the first half where they played hard. And then the last 4 to 5 minutes of the game when they almost were losing, they were like, okay, well, I guess we need to play hard now. And all of a sudden they go on a, 18-2 run or something like that, 12-2 run, something like that. So those were the 2 things that concerned me. They play hard the whole game. And please take care of the basketball. That was the the biggest problem I had with tonight. Clay said, I was at the game last night. Tennessee basketball will be good this year. Absolutely. Jared said JP Stroll looks good. He missed where he was missed last season for sure. Clay said Lady Vols played like crap. Yeah, they sure did. James said Cooper shot is better, but she still makes dumb decisions trying to force everything.
That's the other thing that has got to get fixed, and I'm not sure they can. The overall basketball IQ is really low. Talasia Cooper makes some unbelievably bad decisions. Nia Robertson blows my mind. Her basketball IQ is so low. And that was surprising because she averaged 15 a game last year in the ACC. But she does not understand the game at all. There was a possession tonight, and it was probably the greatest synopsis of her IQ. Belmont went zone. Mia Paldo had just hit 2 threes. She's got the hot hand. She's spotted up in the corner. They swing the ball to Robertson. Paldo is wide open in the corner. All Robertson has to do is make one more pass and swing it on. She looks right at Mia Paldo, pass fakes, drives in the middle of the lane, 1-2 dribbles, and then throws the ball in the first row of the bleachers. And it's like, all you had to do is just swing the ball to the next girl, who, by the way, is the hottest shooter on the floor, who's also wide open. Just get her the ball. Like, where were you going? It was – she did that. She made decisions like that multiple times. Z Spearman, not great decision making. It's bad when the best decision makers out there are the freshmen. That's a problem.
Yep, for sure. BG welcome said Paldo's small size is going to be an issue in SEC play.
I don't know about that. I think Maya will, because Maya's not as explosive as Mia. Mia, I mean, you're talking about the number 9 high school player in America. She's been facing bigger girls her whole life. I think she'll be just fine.
Rhonda, welcome. Good to have you. She said, good evening, bros, the chat family. The men's team literally had, if you took North Florida, the Fighting Chazlaniers, if you took North Florida's score and turned it upside down, you had Tennessee score. 66-99. Huge win. Very well played win. I think the men had a fantastic game yesterday. Got tons of dudes, a lot of minutes, which is really important. What did you see from the guys yesterday that you liked?
Everything. That team, I saw, I mean, honestly, kudos to Rick Barnes and his staff. I saw the things that we talked about last week that needed to be addressed already being addressed. You know, guys were starting to see how they fit in. You know, Amari Abram is figuring out what his role is. Ethan Berg didn't play great, but he's figuring out what his role is, and you could see it happening in real time. Troy Henderson and Dwayne Brown were great. Amari Evans understands his role. You know, I think probably the only red flag of the whole night was Jalen Carey getting benched because of his lack of effort in practice. That's a guy. And what's crazy is the dude's just a stat stuffer. He only played 9 minutes. And in that 9 minutes, he got 6 points and 6 rebounds. You know, so if he gets out of the doghouse and plays the way he's capable of, that dude's a walking double-double. So to score 99 points and have a guy who was starting a week and a half ago only get 9 minutes because he's in the doghouse, you got some players.
And your starting shooting guard was not playing.
Yeah.
And Bobby mentioned that. He said, we missed Boswell being out there. You could see it last night. We run better with him. I mean, they played pretty well. They scored 99 points.
Yeah. Amari Abram and Troy Henderson stepped in and filled those shoes nicely.
Yeah, Henderson can shoot. Henderson shoots it better than Boswell. That was fun to see, that's for sure. John said the men's team may be better than I thought they could be, and I thought they legitimately could win the championship. they have a plethora of bodies who are all talented, which is good because it is the exact opposite of last year. The depth they have in the interior is fantastic. And what's interesting is, we've heard now for over a year, really, we've heard that JP Estrella is the most skilled inside offensive player Tennessee has. And we're going to see that, the last two games. His post moves are easily the best of anybody, and his ability to finish with either hand at the rim is easily better than anybody else on the team. It's been a lot of fun, and you can tell he worked on his shot over the summer too.
Oh yeah, his shot's legit. I think what I enjoyed the most was he and Okpara both, and to some extent Cade, when they get a rebound with both feet on the ground, they're going back up to dunk it. Like they're not trying to get a little layup put back. They're going back to hammer dunk the thing.
Yep.
And that's that's another level of post play that a lot of people can't do. Do you realize we almost had 3 guys get double doubles in one game? JP
That's
had
incredible.
20. Yeah, JP had 23 and 10. Nate had 19 and 9, so he missed it by 1 point and 1 rebound. And Cade had 9 and 9, so again missed it by 1 point and 1 rebound. I don't know that I've ever heard of 3 players getting a double double in the same game. Like that is crazy dominant.
Yep. Will's with us. Welcome, Will. Good to have you, buddy. A couple other questions that came through or comments about the women's game. Tony said this team might improve by SEC play, but they will not be in the top 6 in the league. If they play hard, they could be. That's the thing. Like, that's what kills me. They just decide when they want to play hard and when they don't. I mean, NC State's an incredible team. And arguably we should have won that game. I mean, like they played really well. They played hard the whole game. Much different scenario. And so that's just being a competitor and being mentally tough. You don't take games off because you're playing an inferior opponent and then just ramp it up when it's crunch time and you want to win. You come out and you play hard the whole time, and they did not do that tonight. That's what's concerning. Rhonda said, what happened with Coach Kim and the Belmont coach? It was suspect for sure when they were shaking hands. I did not see that. We were live, and right as the game ended, I turned it off. So I didn't see that.
I saw it. I couldn't tell if he was talking to her or one of the players, but he did a blow by. He didn't shake her hand. He went straight to a player, and she kind of stood there with her hand out, like, "What are you doing?" and watched him go by. Something happened between a couple of players. There was a little mouthing, and he went to go, like, he just totally ignored Kim and went to go do it.
Mr. Osborne's with us. Welcome, buddy. Good to have you. He said, good evening, Vol Bros, fellow chat members. We're glad you're here. Well, not only did both basketball teams play yesterday and today, the football team gets to be back on the field this weekend, 4:15 Eastern time. Now, here's the thing. Everybody will remember that every year, every SEC team has to have one game that is on SEC Network Plus. Well, Tennessee's already had that game this year. And so this week against New Mexico State is on the regular SEC Network starting at 4:15 p.m. This is the Smoky Gray game. It is their salute to service game, which is appropriate since Veterans Day was this week. Side note, thank you to every single person who's watching this, or anybody for that matter, who has served our country. We thank you very, very much. This week is the Smoky Gray salute to service game. We always do 3 things when we're previewing a football game. We talk about what do we want to see Saturday, who do we think we're going to be talking about on Sunday, and our score prediction. So, Rustin, we'll start with hang on, before I do that, James had one more comment about Lady Vols here. He said, the team reflects the leader's attitude. Cooper's the leader, and her attitude's bad. She starts throwing the ball away and just throws up shots. Fair assessment, especially throwing the ball away. She was careless with the ball at times tonight, and that was frustrating. I can think of one particular drive baseline where she had nothing and she tried to force it and dribble the ball right out of bounds. It was kind of frustrating, but at the same time, we would not have won that game if she hadn't been on the team. So
I was about to say, in her defense, she had zero help.
yeah,
I mean, there was nobody out there giving them good minutes. Kaya Wynn turned it on. I mean, Kanaya Boyd turned it on a little bit at the end. She gave him some good minutes in the fourth. Jada Civil should have been on the court more than she was. They're gonna look back and go, why did we not have her out there in some key moments? She brings huge energy. She's active. She needs to play major minutes.
I'll be honest with you, Kanaya Boyd's fourth quarter performance may be the reason why we won the game. She was fantastic in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Rhonda said, proud mama of a Navy veteran, my son Jake. Hey, thank you so much to Jake and to you and your whole family. Thank you so much. Tony said, don't want to be negative, but I don't like bad basketball, talking about the Lady Vols. Well, let's talk about football. So, Rustin, what do you want to see this Saturday?
So I did a bunch of research on New Mexico State because I was curious what has happened to them since Jerry Kill left. Let me pull my notes up here.
You want to know what I want to see?
Yeah, go ahead while I'm pulling this up.
I want to see George McIntyre play the whole fourth quarter and maybe even part of the third. Tony said, my son's a Navy veteran. Thank you so much, Tony, for you and your son. Thank you. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. I don't want to totally just move on from Merklinger, but Jake Merklinger essentially has made it known that he will not be with Tennessee next year. He is transferring, and that's going to happen probably literally maybe a month from 2 days from now when the portal opens. Mid-December, he's gone. So I'd like to see us beat. Listen, I don't know if it'll happen against New Mexico State. They're not a slouch. But I would love it. This is not what we expect to see. This is what we want to see, right? So I would love it if we were up enough that we come out of halftime, we get the ball to start the second half, and Joey marches us right down the field. We score, we go up enough that Heupel feels comfortable, and he puts in Merklinger for a series or two as a thank you for the last 2 years. And then at the end of the third quarter, maybe last possession of the third quarter, Merklinger or McIntyre comes in. He plays the rest of the third and all the fourth. That's what I would love to see. That's what I want to see. I don't know if it'll happen or not. And my goodness, please no injuries. That's the other thing I want to see. What about you, Rustin?
So I was curious how this New Mexico State team is after Jerry Kill and Tim Beck left. For those of you who don't know, that's the offensive coordinator and associate head coach at Vanderbilt now. And they brought Diego Pavia to Vanderbilt with them. So New Mexico State's 3-6. There's still some dudes left over on offense from when Jerry Kill was there. And so they've got – so I'll just kind of give you a rundown. So the running game is awful. They averaged almost 2.5 yards a carry on the season. They have not been able to find a consistent running game, and their offensive line may be as bad as their running game, which is probably directly related. Their offensive line is a lot like ours. They pass pro better than they run block. They have 3 really good receivers and 1 tight end who all have a lot of catches because they can't run the ball. They're going to throw the ball a lot because they can't run the ball. They have a couple of things working against them. Number one, the offensive line is horrendous. So our defensive line should be in that backfield all game long. And if they're not, that's a problem. The quarterback gets skittish and makes a lot of bad decisions. On the year, he has 11 touchdown passes and 11 interceptions.
Yikes.
So he's throwing the ball to the other team as much as he is his own team. So, and
He
I'm
was
sure a
wide
lot of
open,
that,
coach.
yeah, I'm sure a lot of that is a product of the bad offensive line. He's probably running
Oh, for
scared.
sure.
So they do have one receiver who probably at the end of this year is going to be highly sought after in the portal. His name's Donovan Fopple. He's a junior. He's got 43 catches for over 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's their best receiver. Big guys, 6'1", 185, 190, catches everything near him. And he will be, I'm sure, if not already, there will be a lot of teams contacting him in the portal. He honestly, if I was New Mexico State, I wouldn't want to play Tennessee this weekend because I'm sure after they see Donovan Fopple live, there'll probably be some creative phone calls happen during the week next week. But
Well, and that kid knows he's auditioning this week too against
100%.
SEC talent.
Yeah. So that kid will absolutely be in the Power Four somewhere next year. He will not be at New Mexico State. So you've got 3 good receivers. You got a good tight end. The running backs are awful. The offensive line's awful. The quarterback is average. The defense is absolutely horrendous. The defense is why they're 3-6. They can't stop anybody. So Jerry Kill left some players on offense. He didn't leave anybody on defense. They're really bad there. So I don't think this will be a game. I think if we come out and do what we should do, Joey plays the first half. They let Mert get the third quarter because he needs some tape for the portal, and they let George get the fourth quarter.
Some of the comments that came through, dog with a Texas logo. That's interesting. So did you guys hear Josh Heupel LSU rumors? Yeah, everybody heard it. It's total bogus. I would say
who started that rumor, don't you?
LSU people.
Nope.
It wasn't Jimmy Sexton.
Nope.
Who?
Chris Phillips, who was on our show a month ago.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, I would never say never, but I would say percent chance that Josh Heupel ends up at LSU is 0.000000001. I think that's the percent chance that he ends up at LSU. I would see him going other places before he would go to LSU. That's just my opinion. James said, thank you to Rhonda's son. Kevin said, welcome, Kevin. He said, those are pay raise rumors about LSU.
Yep.
John said, I want to see us run the ball for more than 50 yards for the first time in a while. And I want to see GMAC play basically the whole second half. Let's see. John said, I also want to see us get pressure on their quarterback. It sounds like their quarterback's having a Jameis Winston 30 for 30 season. Richard said, or 30, he meant like 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. Richard said, greetings from Hillsboro, Oregon. Wow, there you go. Intel County. Richard, it's always fun seeing where you're watching from, man. I get a kick out of that every time. I look forward to hearing it. Let's see. Richard said, it's our enemy trying to hurt us. Yeah, so let's talk about this because I think our answers to the previous question are going to really influence our answers to the next question. I know mine is. Who on Sunday, who do you think we're going to be talking about? Because, listen, this is our last guaranteed win, essentially, of the season. So who do you think on Sunday we're going to be talking about from Saturday?
Joshua Joseph, Caleb Herring, and Jordan Ross.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. I hope that's who we're talking about, right? It should be. I mean, if you're the quarterback for New Mexico State and you're 11 touchdowns, 11 interceptions on the year, coming into Neyland Stadium, trying to have to deal with that crowd, that is not a good scenario, especially with an offensive line that isn't protecting you well. Richard said he thinks we're going to talk about Joey. Here's my prediction. I think we're going to talk about George McIntyre. I think he's going to have 2 touchdown passes. And I think, now listen, Vol Nation never gets overstimulated or overhyped about anything. We never maybe, overestimate or overanalyze anything. But I'm guessing if he throws 2 touchdown passes, everybody's going to be like, he's the future. He's the future. And it's going to be George McIntyre, a Twitter all over the place, a flame. Everybody's going to be talking about George all the time. So I think that's probably personally what's going to happen. I still, to this day, if you were to ask me right now, who is starting a quarterback next August, I'm going to say I don't know because they're not on our team yet. That's my personal opinion. I do not think that there will be. I don't think it's going to be George McIntyre. I don't think it's going to be Faison Brandon. I think it's going to be a transfer quarterback. That's just me. Let's see here. And people say, how you know you're going to go to a transfer? Well, because Joey's gone, Jake's gone. You only have 2 scholarship quarterbacks at that point. One of them would be a redshirt freshman. One of them would be a true freshman.
I think you can go ahead.
At least 3 guys on the team on scholarship.
I think in the portal and NIL era, you can go ahead and just say from now on, there will always be a transfer quarterback. I don't think any school that's in the Power 4 is going to keep 3 quarterbacks on their roster from year after year. There's always going to be 2 that stay and 1 that gets replaced.
Yep. Jared said, asking for a friend, is Boo still on the team? Great question. I mean, I haven't heard anything to the contrary, but I guess we'll really find out when they come running through the tee on Saturday.
I think he is. I don't think there will be any movement there until Christmas break. He definitely won't play in the bowl game, but no. I think you'll see him in small spurts the next couple of weeks, and then he'll be gone.
James said he thinks we're going to be talking about the secondary. He said multiple interceptions and touchdowns. I love that, dude.
I forgot one data point. That 11 touchdowns versus 11 interceptions, all mid-majors. We are the only Power 4 team on their schedule.
That's not good for them.
No.
John said, I think we'll be talking about our defensive ends and our running backs. I would love that. Kevin said, Marion Dye. Hey, I like that. I like that. I hope we're talking about him. Richard said, George is the real deal based on what he's heard from VolQuest. Oh, he's a legit guy for sure. Dog said, would you guys be in Arkansas position if he leaves shockingly? From what I'm hearing, I think Clark Lee is leaving Vanderbilt. Nah. Nah. Money.
Yeah, Vandy can't match anything. If Penn State,
they got some alumni.
If Penn State or LSU comes calling, they can't match that money. The job market right now is sparse. There aren't many good options out there. If I'm Vanderbilt, I'm already starting a conversation with Jerry Kill about, hey, if Clark leaves, you're the guy. Don't go with him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It would be career suicide for Vanderbilt's athletic director to let Clark Lee leave. Like, he has to back up every alumni Brinks truck there is to make him stay.
They don't have it.
They got to do something.
They've never had it. That's how they lost James Franklin. They don't have that kind of funding.
He said Penn State's calling and Vandy's not a guy. I totally agree. Vandy's not a good job. But, I mean, look at what they have done this year compared to literally any year since 1947, when they were routinely a powerhouse. They can't let this type of success go away. They
already did it once. The last time they were this good was James Franklin. First offer that came, he was gone. It's going to happen again. And like I said, if I'm their athletic director, I'm in Jerry Kill's ear right now saying, hey, don't go with him. You and Tim Beck stay here. We'll make it worth your while.
John said, I hope we don't see Boo anymore this season on defense or punt returns. I mean, all he's doing on punt, he's not even risking anything on punt returns. He's calling fair catch every time. James said, yeah, they couldn't keep James Franklin. And he said, a great minds thing alike. John said, I've said all season Clark Lee wouldn't be at Vandy next year. I just, logistically speaking, if you are the Vanderbilt athletic director, you cannot let that happen. And at that point, it's not even just like, look at the success we've had. It's look at the money. Go watch the last 7 years of Vanderbilt football in their stadium. And then go look at any game from this year at how many people are in that stadium. It's a money issue at that point. You can't let that guy leave. There's too much money coming into the program because of him. And
but it's not letting him leave. It's they just can't match it. Like they just don't have the capital to compete with these other schools.
I mean, I understand that for sure.
I mean, Kyle, I'm sure if they got serious
alumni, he wants to be there.
Let me rephrase that. If they got serious about football, yes, they have the pockets to do it. But the pockets who can do it aren't serious about football. They want to see
accurate.
They want to see a new wing on the hospital, and they want to see more oncology wings on the hospital. Like that's where their priorities are. They're never ever, no matter how good a football coach does at Vanderbilt, they're never going to stay long term because they will not put the resources behind the program. It just ain't going to happen.
Yeah. John said he doesn't think Vanderbilt really even has a choice in the matter. James says he agrees, but Vandy can't afford to keep him. Yeah, it'll be fascinating to see how it plays out. I just know that if you are the Vandy's athletic director, you have to do literally everything you possibly can to make sure he stays. James said medical money is greater than sports money. Let's see. Dog said, who do y'all think is the worst coach in the SEC, worst coaching job in the SEC? Yeah, it's Vandy. No doubt. No doubt. But they're now ranked, in the top 15 on the brink of making a playoff. Arguably, you could say there are potentially worse positions right now in the SEC. They have a brand new stadium. They have, they're like I said, potentially about to make a playoff. So I would say Kentucky is a worse job. I agree with James right now. 2025, Kentucky is a worse job. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Somebody asked how Jerry Kill was doing. Jerry's fine. He took a step back from being a head coach in New Mexico State. When Tim Beck came to Vanderbilt, he came with him as a consultant. Really, he's the associate head coach. But the biggest reason he did that was he was having issues with epilepsy and was having uncontrollable seizures. They got it under control, and he's on the sideline every Saturday coaching guys up. So he's fine.
Let's see here. Matt agreed with me. Dog said Vanderbilt is the Northwestern of the SEC. Yeah, absolutely. We even called on this show, we called Northwestern Purple Vandy.
So if Vanderbilt is the Northwestern of the SEC, what is Kentucky? What's their comparison? Minnesota?
Yeah, there you go. James said only because they care about basketball more than about Kentucky. So the only other school that isn't a football school first, Kentucky and Vanderbilt. Jonathan said, I'm going to enjoy watching Tennessee Tech. when Stoops gets fired Saturday.
That could happen.
Dog said, better job, LSU or Oklahoma. Oh, LSU. Easy.
I can't remember the exact number, but Tennessee Tech's averaging like 45 or 46 points a game. They could do it.
Matt said Cincinnati could be the Northwest, or your comparison there. It could be that. Nolan said Kentucky is the Wisconsin of the SEC.
Wisconsin's got a better history.
Yeah. So let's do score predictions, and we want to hear y'all score predictions as well in the comments. Let us know. Rustin, this Saturday. He said he meant like they're good at basketball, not good in football. That I got you. That's fair. So this Saturday, Tennessee versus New Mexico State, 4:15 in the afternoon inside Neyland Stadium. LSU versus Oklahoma. He said Oklahoma doesn't have as much talent. Absolutely. Richard said the Vols are going to roll Vandy. Have no fear. So Rustin, what's your score prediction for Tennessee, New Mexico State this week?
42-3 at the half. Joey sits down. Final score 59-13.
Well, I like that. 42-3 at the half. Final score 59-13. All right. Well, I'm going to say a number that people are going to be like, what are you doing? But I'm going to say a number. And the only reason I say this number is because Heupel knows like this is his last opportunity to really put some points up on the board in a major way this season. He knows that this is going to be a style points kind of game. You know what I'm saying? Is the playoff on the table? No. That, in my opinion, is going to be the most interesting thing about this weekend. It's a game that they should win. It's not a rivalry game. Florida and Vandy, people are going to be up for that game just because they want to be. They're competitors. This is like, well, okay, New Mexico State's coming to town. We don't have a playoff spot to play for. How hard are they actually going to play? That's what I'm curious to see. More than anything else. That's going to be the most interesting thing that we see all day. If they were looking for, if there was a playoff spot still in the mix and they needed style points, we'd score over 70 points this weekend because they would need every bit of the style points. Since that's not on the line, I do think they still score a ton, just not as much as they would have. So I was going to say 63, but I think I'm going to go 56-13. 56-13. What'd you say? 59 something.
59-13.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to say 56-13. You're going 59-13. If there was still a playoff spot on the line, I would say 73-13. That would be my prediction. And he might even try to get 80.
Yeah.
But with no playoff spot to play for, I just don't think they're going to play as hard as they would have. James said 72-10. I'd love that. I mean, like he said, 56-0. That's what I'm talking about. Robert said 58-10. Richard said 62-13. So that's pretty similar to what we said there. James said Josh is trying to get Joey to break some records. He's getting close to Peyton's record for single season yards. Yep, it's true. Jonathan said 67-17. Whoa, Matt. He said 47-27. Matt's not high on Tennessee's defense right now. And
No, he's not.
I understand. Mr. Osborne said Vols win big, 62-16. That'd be a good one. Nolan said 62-9. Joey will have 300 plus yards passing. And I think we have 3 wide receivers with 100 plus yards. I think both of those are spot on accurate. Yes. That 100% can happen. I think that's a great prediction. Will said we get to beat up Nico for y'all this Saturday night. Yeah, Nico's going to have PTSD, man, from the last time he was playing, Ohio State. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what does end up happening this weekend because, yes, obviously all eyes will be on New Mexico State and Vol Nation. But I'll be honest with you, I do think there's going to be quite a few people watching Tennessee Tech and Kentucky, seeing what happens there. I really do.
It probably won't start that way, but when they see the halftime score, there will be a bunch of people changing stations.
Tennessee Tech's undefeated, right?
Yeah, 10-0.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We'll go Eagles.
Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagles.
I left off the golden part. It's like the purple aces with Ace Purple as their mascot. I wonder if Tennessee Tech's mascot's name is Eagle Golden.
No, it's got a name. Now you're gonna make me wonder what it is. I can't remember.
I'm looking it up as we speak. Tennessee Tech mascot.
Awesome the Eagle.
It sure is. That is an awesome name. That is fantastic. Okay, well, I mean, we got to put this on the screen, right? Like this is a necessity. Jonathan just said it too. He said it's awesome because Jonathan lives right down the street from him. He said it's Awesome Eagle. That is an awesome name. I love it. Here is, for those of you who have curiosity just like me, I'm going to share this screen with you. This is Awesome Eagle, the mascot for Tennessee Tech. Look at him. Look how awesome he is. I love it. Oh, this one is the best. That's awesome. Look at that. Pointing at the camera like that. That's awesome. That's a pretty awesome shot there. Wait, who is that? Is that Awesome's like grandfather or something?
Yeah.
It has a cane. The bird. Has a cane.
That's a retired mascot.
That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh, the wonder of things we see on the internet. Oh my goodness, I can't believe they let this photo be taken. That's terrifying. That was on the news, WBIR News.
That was right before he lined up for pictures with kids.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, that is fantastic. Some of the comments that came through said, James said, my brother is a golden eagle. They get really bent out of shape if you don't say golden. That's my fault. Nolan said their eagle's name is Tyler, I bet. Richard said my buddy's son played. They loved the school. Oh, that's awesome. John said, I believe Tech leads Division I or maybe just FCS in defensive touchdowns. Oh, that's cool. Nolan said, can y'all do a mascot breakdown every week we play a smaller school? Yes, I promise. Yes.
There's some winners out there. I think there was a contest back in the 80s of all mid-major schools to come up with the weirdest mascots humanly possible. There's some weird ones.
Yeah, this is just incredible. Nolan, I think that's a phenomenal idea personally, because I love it when we pull up mascots of other schools. It's one of my favorite things. Nolan said, what if Nico actually plays the best game of his life and somehow makes that Ohio State game a close one in the second half? Oh man, that would give a bunch of Tennessee fans some battered Vol syndromes. But I think we do need a segment every time we play a smaller school of a mascot breakdown. You know what? Just for kicks, I'm going to look at the basketball schedule next week, just so we can see who we're playing. We got Rice coming up, and then Tennessee State. That's next Monday and Thursday. So the men play Monday. Both are home games. The men play Monday night, 8:30 p.m. start time. Oh, yikes. Against Rice, then Tennessee State Thursday night, 7:00 p.m. start time. So that'll be good. That'll be right before, we go live. The Lady Vols, let's see what they got next week. So they got MTSU. They don't play till next Thursday. It's at MTSU. And that is at 7:30. So the Lady Vols and the men's team will be playing at the same time next Thursday night.
It's weird that game Monday's at 8:30. It's on SEC Network. Why would they start a game before it at 6:30?
I don't know.
That's bizarre.
So I do think it's necessary that we put Rice's mascot on the screen. So they are the Owls. This is their mascot. What kind of owl costume is that? That is not. That's a better angle. This one, though, that's just pathetic. Like, what is that?
But what's his name? Sammy.
Is it Sammy?
Sammy the Owl.
There you go. That.
Because nothing says Rice like Sammy. Not sure where we came up with that.
They had a national bobblehead night.
Of course they did.
Rice.
Everybody needs a Sammy bobblehead.
Where is Sammy's grandpa owl? I want to see that, like Awesome Eagles grandpa. Oh man. Some of the best things we've ever had on the show was the Purple Ace segment from last 2 years ago when the baseball team hosted Evansville, and that's pretty good. Nolan said, if the Owl's name isn't Hootie, I'm gonna flip out. Yeah, man, exactly. They missed a golden opportunity there, didn't they? They sure did. Richard said, hey, owls are great birds. I agree. They are. They're great birds. As evidenced by the Ooltewah Club. That logo is way better than the Rice owl looking thing. I'll give them that for sure.
There's a contest that needs to happen. The Ooltewah Club needs to name their owl.
We can help with that. I'm just saying. We can help with that. Nolan said, I hope we play Campbell again because they're the Camels. Absolutely. Absolutely. John said, I have to get off now. If I'm not back for you in the stream. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. I'll see everybody Sunday night. Absolutely, man. 9:00 Sunday night. We'll be back here for sure. The next 2 months are going to be very busy as far as the Vol Bros go. Just as a reminder, I mentioned this last time we were live. This Sunday night, Reed Carringer is going to be with us. And so we're excited to have Reed. We're going to get to kind of recap obviously we're going to talk about the New Mexico State football game. Clearly that's going to be the primary thing in conversation. But since Reed will be joining us for the first time since basketball season started, and by the way, basketball is Reed's first love, really. And so we're going to talk men's and women's basketball with Reed as well and what he's seen so far from those two teams. Then, next Thursday, we've got a preview show for Florida. Need I say more? And then, obviously, the Sunday after that, we got Florida, recap show. That next week, Rustin and I'll figure out what we're going to do. That's Thanksgiving week. And shocker, Thanksgiving's on Thursday this year. And so
is Christmas.
There you go. So, we'll figure out what we're going to do with Thanksgiving. We'll probably go live a different night that week because it's Vanderbilt preview. Like, we got to do something. But then, the SEC championship game is Saturday, December 6th. And Sunday, December 7th is when at noon they reveal the final college football playoff poll in the bracket, the official bracket. That night, we will know by 9:00 that night where Tennessee is going for a bowl game. And so Reed is actually going to join us again that night, and we're going to talk about where Tennessee is going for a bowl game, but we'll also do our predictions for the college football playoff. We did that last year. It turned out real good. Rustin ticked off all Penn State fans. It was a blast. We had our most watched video ever on Facebook as a result of that show. And it was Rustin saying Penn State wasn't going to do very well. And apparently everybody within a 100-mile radius of Penn State's football stadium watched that video. It had over 700,000 views on Facebook alone.
And weirdly, everybody at Penn State is on Facebook. So
yes, they are. We hope everybody, circles those dates. Really, the two biggest dates to keep on your radar is this Sunday, the 16th, and Sunday, December 7th. Those are going to be two really, really big time shows. So Reed will be with us for both of them. It's going to be a fun time. But December 7th, when we do our playoff prediction, that's going to be real fun. Let's see. Will said, if you're looking for a transfer quarterback, Ohio State's backup quarterback will be transferring National Gatorade Player of the Year senior year of high school.
We don't want your hand-me-downs, Will.
Unless they're good, in which case we do. Richard said, good night, guys. Off to Phoenix. Wow, man. Richard is the epitome of the traveling man right there. And I hope you have safe travels. Really do. Hope it goes really, really well. We hope everybody has a great week. A weekend. We're going to see you hopefully Sunday night. Celebrating a big time win Sunday night. That's the plan. New Mexico State. What's their mascot? The Lobos? Isn't that it?
Yep.
All right. Let me see if I can find it real quick. We'll end the show by putting their mascot on the screen. It's just, it knows me now. The Google knows me. I just started typing in New Mexico and it said New Mexico State mascot.
Oh, no. New Mexico is the Lobos. New Mexico State is the Aggies.
So is it just me, or did they totally rip off Oklahoma State's logo here?
Well, what's even better is, what's his name? Pistol Pete.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That is amazing. Look at this. Somebody put them side by side. It is literally Oklahoma State's mascot. They just flipped it. That's amazing.
Except Oklahoma State's isn't named Pistol Pete.
That's true. And Oklahoma State has much more ammunition around his waist, apparently. That flip thing in Microsoft Photoshop or Adobe Photoshop really helped him out there when they made that mascot.
Yep.
Wait, hang on now. Okay, so now they got like a real dude. What is this? Is that like a paper mache mascot?
That's Pistol Pete.
I wish I could blow this up so you could see it. It looks like paper mache.
Hey, sorority girls need something to do sometimes.
There you go. Well, Pistol Pete, we look forward to seeing you on Saturday inside Neyland Stadium. We will not tell Oklahoma State that you're there so that they don't come sue you guys for copyright infringement.
Something tells me, because this is their only Power 4 game of the year, which means it's their only money game of the year, Pistol Pete may not get to make the trip. They got to conserve every dollar they get off of this.
That's a good point. If so, we're sorry, Pistol. We're sorry we missed you. No one said New Mexico State fighting knockoff Oklahoma State mascots. That's pretty good. Oh man, this is fun stuff. All right. Well,
Accurate.
we really do appreciate everybody joining us. Seriously, this is a lot of fun. We love it. And we hope we see you Sunday night. It's going to be a lot of fun too. It's going to be a great show. So go Vols, baby. We look forward to seeing everybody Sunday, 9:00, same time. I started with the basketball intro because we started the show with basketball. I'm going to end it with football. So we look forward to celebrating a big win Sunday night. Go Vols, baby.